Hey guys, how was it today?
Woo! Awesome!
We were a small group of first-time scuba divers from Waikiki, hearts racing as the team from Rainbow Scuba Hawaii walked us through a calm, clear briefing before we boarded the boat. The ocean smelled like warm salt and reef algae. The deck hummed as the captain steered toward Horseshoe Reef off Honolulu. On board, the guides checked our gear, mask, regulator, weights, and reminded us that at 40 feet, the current is gentle and visibility often stretches far enough to see coral gardens and bright fish. Their mix of professionalism and easy aloha made us feel ready. Safety steps, hand signals, and buoyancy basics turned nerves into excitement for our first Oahu dive. When we slipped into the water, the world went quiet. The surface noise faded into breath and bubbles. The boat became a blur above us. At around 40 feet, we entered a living scene: coral branches, waving sponges, and flashes of color. The cool of my wetsuit met the steady warmth of our shared awe. A pufferfish floated inches from the camera, puffing up like a tiny balloon. It was curious, not afraid, a reminder that calm divers invite trust. Then came two small reef sharks, gliding past with quiet power. Our guides signaled to hold position and breathe steady. Their calm helped us stay balanced, and the sharks stayed close enough for a clear view. It was the kind of moment every diver hopes for: open water, steady conditions, and a glimpse of wild grace. The stillness deepened when a Hawaiian green sea turtle appeared. It moved slowly through a shaft of sunlight, shell marked with tiny barnacles, flippers sweeping like wings. We hovered at a distance, hands tucked in, watching. The guides whispered reminders about space, patience, and respect. That silence said everything. Scuba diving here isn't about thrill-seeking. It's about learning how to belong. One guide's advice stayed with me: stay at eye level, move slow, and let the animal come to you. That small act of patience turned an encounter into a memory we'll carry home. When we surfaced, laughing and dripping saltwater, something had changed. We began as travelers chasing a new experience. We surfaced as guests who understood the reef a little better, and why it deserves care.
What'd you guys see?
Saw a giant sea turtle, an octopus, and some sharks.
And I see the octopus and the turtles and sharks, and it is very, wow, a lot of sharks there.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out.
Thank
Yeah!
you.
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah! Yeah! Hey guys, how was it today?
I loved it.
We stand at the boat's rail, a mix of nervous first-timers and a few calm travelers listening to Rainbow Scuba, Hawaii's clear safety briefing. Sunlight warms the deck. The air smells like sunscreen and salt. Neoprene tugs behind our knees as we check our BCDs, test regulators, and rehearse the giant stride until it feels routine. The captain points toward Kewalo Pipe Reef, where the water fades from turquoise to deep blue, like a stage waiting to open. When we jump, the surface bursts into bubbles, then quiet. The descent is slow and light. The noise of the world fades as the reef comes into view: corals, small fish, and the steady sound of breath moving through regulators. Midway through the dive, a shadow crosses the sand. Our instructor signals for stillness. A white tip reef shark glides by, unhurried and sure. Its skin flashes with thin lines of sunlight. Everyone breathes in unison, the moment turning calm instead of tense. From a coral ledge, a Hawaiian green sea turtle drifts out to graze. It moves with slow, certain strokes, framed by yellow tangs and butterfly fish weaving through coral fingers. Damselfish dart and guard their nests. The current is light, brushing our arms like silk. The water sits around 79 degrees Fahrenheit, comfortable in a thin, shorty suit. We focus on buoyancy and slow kicks, letting the reef set the rhythm while the instructor watches the group. The calm feels earned. Later, floating at the surface, we trade quiet smiles and small stories. First-timers say their nerves faded once the reef appeared. The more experienced divers appreciate the pace: one instructor, a small group, and time to notice details. This Honolulu dive setup, private charter, shallow depths between 30 and 45 feet, a slow ascent, and a safety stop keeps the experience personal and unhurried. The practical lessons mattered. Show up early to check gear, test your weight setup, keep masks clear with baby shampoo or defog, and practice breathing with your buddy before jumping in. If you're staying in Waikiki or elsewhere on Oahu, plan for an easy morning. Kewalo Pipe reef dives are best when the sea is calm and the light still soft. Climbing the ladder after the dive, salt drying on our faces, we laugh through tired smiles. The nervous energy from the briefing has shifted into...
I saw a shark, turtle.
Where you guys from?
I'm from San Francisco.
Boston.
We appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Hey guys, how was it?
We stepped off the boat with hearts thudding, nervous but calm after a short, clear dive briefing from Rainbow Scuba Hawaii. The guides covered depth limits, hand signals, buoyancy, and safety steps for beginners. The ride along Honolulu's coast smelled of salt and sunscreen. The captain pointed out Waikiki's skyline before we slipped into the warm Pacific. As bubbles trailed from our regulators, the noise of the world vanished. We descended together, a cluster of first-timers feeling the squeeze of pressure and the thrill of balance. Then, through the haze, a sea turtle appeared, slow, unbothered, glowing in filtered light. That gentle greeting set the tone. This dive would be about patience and curiosity. Underwater, our breathing sank, steady exhales that sounded like trust. The instructor hovered nearby, calm and alert, guiding us through small adjustments in trim and fin kicks. The reef opened up below us, coral mounds and branching shapes alive with color. Blue-line snapper flashed silver around us, weaving in slow clouds. The water was warm, around 26 degrees Celsius, and the light made everything shimmer. We wore thin wetsuits and light weights, enough to float easily at 10 meters. The only sounds were breath and the quiet clicks of cameras as we spotted a tiny nudibranch creeping along the coral. Midway through the dive, movement caught our eyes. A white-tip reef shark, smooth and unhurried, tracing the reef's edge. It passed at a distance, calm and confident. Nobody panicked. The instructor's steady signals kept everyone focused and grounded. What could have been fear became awe. Back on the boat, salt dried into streaks on our faces. Laughter carried over the water. The post-dive review was easygoing. What we learned about equalizing, pacing, and reading the reef, how to clear a mask or recover a regulator, and simple reminders for next time. Check your buddy's straps, pre-inflate your BCD slightly, and keep hands off coral. The shared realization came naturally. This wasn't about chasing thrills. It was about slowing down enough to see clearly. For travelers to Oahu curious about scuba diving, this Rainbow Scuba Hawaii dive is a safe, confidence-building start, shallow depths, warm water, and
Tell everybody what you guys saw.
Sharks.
Turtles!
Yeah, baby.
Coral.
Spiky thing.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out. Yeah. All right. Yes. Hey guys, how was it?
Awesome.
Excelente.
Amazing.
We arrived under a bright Honolulu sun, a small group carrying equal parts nerves and excitement. As the certified diver leading the trip, I gave a calm, simple briefing. Regulator checks, hand signals, depth limits around 40 feet, buddy routines, and one clear rule: stay neutral near coral. The boat ride to Horseshoe Reef smelled of salt, diesel, and sunscreen. The harbor shrank behind us as the sea shifted from turquoise to deep blue. When we rolled into the water, the cool cove erased the deck's heat. As we descended, the chatter stopped. The world filled with the rhythm of breath and bubbles. We moved as one, eyes wide, testing our fin kicks and finding balance. Around the first coral ledge, a Hawaiian green sea turtle appeared, calm, steady, and close enough to see the barnacles on its shell. We hovered, watching it graze as sunlight split into long golden beams above us. The reef here is kind to beginners. At depths between 15 and 30 feet, the light stays bright and the colors stand out. Parrotfish, surgeonfish, and butterflyfish moving like brushstrokes over coral. I reminded the group to shift weight gently and use small fin kicks to protect the sand and coral below. A few subtle adjustments turned awkward movement into smooth flow. Our instructors pointed out how turtles use the reef as both shelter and feeding ground. Then, from the edge of the blue, a shadow appeared, a white-tip reef shark. It glided with quiet confidence, body curved to the current, dorsal fin cutting through shifting light. It passed within a few meters, close enough to study but far enough to keep its distance. We stayed still, matching its calm. The guide signaled steady breaths and slow movements. What started as a flash of fear changed into respect. The instructors later explained the shark's habits, resting under ledges by day, hunting at night, and playing an essential role in keeping the reef balanced. The encounter felt less like a scare and more like a lesson in humility. Back on the boat, hair dripping and faces sun-warmed, we shared what we'd seen, the turtle's patience, the shark's grace, and our own shift from anxious to steady. Plans for more dives turned into talk of caring for local reefs. What we realized was simple. Scuba diving in Honolulu with Rainbow Scuba Hawaii isn't just about marine life.
Turtles, sharks.
All the fish.
You guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks for coming out. Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. All right. Hey guys, how was it?
We were a nervous, laughing group of first-timers as Rainbow Scuba Hawaii walked us through the dive briefing, regulator checks, buddy signals, mask clearing, and a plan to stay shallow for the first descent. Leaving Kewalo Basin, the engine hum softened, replaced by the slap of waves and the salt of the trade wind. The Hawaiian sun warmed our arms as the skyline faded behind us. Tanks clinked, gauges clicked, and quiet excitement settled over the deck. Sliding into the water felt like stepping into another rhythm. The surface noise disappeared, replaced by breath, bubbles, and the steady tap of our guide's reassurance. For anyone new to diving in Hawaii, this setup is ideal. Patient instructors, clear safety steps, and time to relax before the first drop. Tip: practice mask clearing and steady breathing at the surface. Calm starts here. Below, the reef came alive like a slow sunrise. Branching corals formed alleys. Flat corals spread like plazas. Fish darted between them in flashes of yellow, blue, and red. Our instructor tapped his tank and pointed to a parrotfish grinding coral into white sand, then led us to a sandy bowl where the current eased. We hovered there, weightless, learning how to move with less effort. We stayed between 20 and 40 feet, perfect for first dives where air lasts longer and the body relaxes. Visibility reached 60 feet, and the current carried us in a smooth drift. Schools of fish moved around us like curtains opening and closing, sometimes revealing a turtle before folding back into color. Tip: keep hands close, adjust buoyancy often, and move your camera slowly to capture the reef's rhythm. The dive built in quiet emotion, first curiosity, then wonder, then joy. A hawksbill turtle appeared, unhurried and confident. We held still, breathing slow, just as we practiced. A few minutes later, the shadowed outline of the sea tiger wreck came into view, its metal bones covered in coral, home to wrasse and shrimp. From the blue, a few reef sharks glided past, calm, graceful, and uninterested in us. Our guide's easy hand signals kept everyone steady. What could have been tense became peaceful and unforgettable. For travelers to Oahu, Horseshoe Reef is generous. Rich marine life at accessible depths and calm conditions that let you focus on learning. When we surfaced, salt dried on our cheeks, and our group shared quick smiles and new hand signals.
Everything, sharks, turtles, fish.
Nice.
Great down there.
All right. Yeah.
Sharks, turtles, rainbow scuba. Oh my!
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks a lot. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. Hey guys, how was it?
So good.
Amazing.
The first breaths are always the most unforgettable. Bubbles rise from our regulators, a soft white noise that replaces the city's buzz above. Moments ago, we finished our dive briefing with the team from Rainbow Scuba Hawaii. Now, with one giant stride from the boat, we've entered another world quiet, blue, and far from the noise of Waikiki. For most of us, this is our first dive. We're a small group of friends chasing something real beneath the surface. The water off Oahu is warm and clear, wrapping around us like calm air. The nerves fade. In their place comes awe, the kind that makes you forget to speak. We descend toward Horseshoe Reef, where the colors begin to bloom. Schools of yellow tang swirl around us, flashes of blue and pink parrotfish darting between coral. Every detail feels alive: the gentle sway of anemones, the tiny hum of bubbles, the way sunlight scatters across sand. Our guide moves ahead with easy confidence, pointing out blennies and moray eels tucked in the rock. The instructions we practiced on deck: slow breathing, steady fin kicks, calm hands, turn into instinct. Then a flicker of white catches my eye. A pufferfish floats nearby, puffed and round, fins spinning like propellers. It lingers long enough for a laugh through our regulators, a reminder that the ocean always saves a surprise for those who move slowly enough to notice. As we round a coral formation, the water ahead opens, and two white tip reef sharks appear. They glide in smooth circles, bodies slicing light and shadow. For a moment, everyone stills. The pulse quickens, but there's no fear, only awe. These sharks move with such calm that it feels wrong to call them predators. They are simply part of the rhythm here. The guide signals for steady breathing and a safe distance. It's a quiet lesson in respect. How wonder grows when you stop trying to control it. Just when we think the dive has given us its best, another presence glides through the current. A Hawaiian green sea turtle, ancient and unhurried, turns its head as it passes. Its eyes meet ours, slow, thoughtful, and impossibly calm. Cameras click, but we know the real image will live in memory. When our air gauges drop to half, we signal our ascent.
Turtles and sharks. Well, one shark.
Lots of turtles.
Lots of turtles.
Lots of turtles.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Maryland.
From Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Guys, thanks for coming out. High five. Yeah! Hey guys, how was it? Yeah!
There's nothing quite like the first breath underwater, that soft rush of bubbles and the sudden quiet that follows. Our small group of first-time divers gathered off Honolulu, half nervous, half thrilled, ready to see what waited 40 feet below. Before anyone entered the water, we focused on what matters most: the dive briefing. This isn't a formality. It's the key to confidence and safety. We walked through gear checks, hand signals, and equalizing pressure, the basics that turn anxiety into calm. Rainbow Scuba, Hawaii's instructors, take this step seriously, and it shows. When the moment came, each diver made a controlled back roll into the Pacific, that instant of transition from noise to silence, from sunlight to shimmer. The descent was smooth. Colors shifted as we dropped toward Horseshoe Reef, a beginner-friendly site off Oahu, known for its gentle current and vivid marine life. At 40, everything slowed. Visibility stretched past 70 feet, revealing a living canvas of coral and movement. Yellow tangs flashed by, Moorish idols hovered in pairs, and Hawaii's state fish, the humuhumanukunukuapua, darted between coral fingers. The only sound was our breathing, steady and rhythmic, like a heartbeat. The group relaxed as we adjusted to the rhythm of the dive. Buoyancy checks, slow kicks, clear signals, it all began to flow. Then came the moment none of us will forget. Beneath a large coral head, a white-tip reef shark rested in the shade, motionless and perfectly calm. For many first-timers, seeing a shark is a test of nerve. But this one didn't inspire fear, only respect. It stayed still, barely moving except for the slow sway of its tail. We kept a safe distance and simply watched. The guides reminded us afterward that sharks are vital to reef health, and that encounters like this are a privilege, not a threat. After that, the rest of the dive felt lighter. Everyone's movements grew smoother, their confidence higher. We floated above fan corals and pointed out butterfly fish, pufferfish, and cleaner wrasse. The reef moved like a slow-breathing city. We reached a final depth of 45 feet, perfect for a short, easy dive that keeps air use efficient and the body comfortable. The water was clear, warm, and welcoming. When it was time to ascend, we paused for a 3-minute
Sharks. Sea turtles. Lots of fish.
Yeah, like
Colorful
eels.
tropical
Yeah.
ones. Eels. Snakes.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Yeah! 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 Hey, you gotta get in this part, brother. Yeah! Hey guys, how was it?
It was amazing.
Great.
All right.
The morning sun was already warming the deck at Kewalo Basin Harbor as we prepared for a dive that every Honolulu diver dreams about, the Sea Tiger Wreck. Our group of experienced divers buzzed with anticipation, knowing this site off Oahu's coast offers both challenge and reward. Before departure, we gathered for a detailed safety briefing. Deep wreck dives demand precision, not bravado. We reviewed our bottom time, air management, buddy procedures, and the unpredictable currents that often sweep this area. Choosing an operator like Rainbow Scuba Hawaii, with experienced local guides and reliable safety protocols, makes all the difference. With tanks pressurized and gear secured, the boat eased out of the harbor, Waikiki's skyline shrinking behind us. The ride to the site was quiet, filled with a mix of focus and excitement. Soon the deep Pacific surrounded us, that endless, cobalt expanse promising both mystery and beauty. A big jump sent us below the surface, bubbles spiraling upward as the world turned blue and silent. The descent was smooth, the visibility outstanding. Then, through the haze, the sea tiger appeared, a massive silhouette rising from the depths, a steel giant reclaimed by the sea. At nearly 100 feet, the wreck is imposing. The bow towered above us, rusted metal draped in coral and algae that shimmered green and red under our lights. Schools of goatfish and butterfly fish moved through the shadows. We traced the starboard side in a slow, deliberate circuit, our lights cutting across the ghostly outlines of the hull. Halfway through the dive, the water around us changed, a shift in tone, a sense of presence. From the deep blue, a large shark emerged, moving with effortless authority. Whether a Galapagos or sandbar shark, it was sleek, powerful, and magnificent. It passed within a few meters, calm and unhurried. There was no fear, only awe. Moments like this redefine why we dive. To remember we're visitors in a thriving, wild ecosystem that operates on its own terms. That quiet thrill stayed with us as we continued toward the stern. The massive propellers and rudder, now covered in marine growth, have become an artificial reef of their own. There, resting on the deck, was a giant green sea turtle, still and serene, as if guarding the wreck. It didn't flinch as we approached, simply existed, ancient and unbothered. Encounters like that bring balance, a reminder that even in the heart of the ocean's drama.
What'd you guys see?
Turtles.
Guys, you had a good time?
Fun.
All right, thanks for coming out. Yeah! All right, all right, all right. Hey guys, how was it?
Great. Yeah.
There's a different kind of thrill that comes with deep diving in Honolulu. A quiet anticipation mixed with deep respect for the ocean's depths. As advanced certified divers, our group was ready for the day's highlight, the legendary Sea Tiger shipwreck. This site, one of Oahu's most celebrated deep dives, sits just offshore and offers both challenge and beauty, an unforgettable adventure for experienced divers visiting Hawaii. We departed from Kewalo Basin Harbor under a calm morning sky, sunlight flashing off the turquoise water as the boat cut smoothly toward open sea. The moment we entered the Pacific, the rumble of the engine disappeared, replaced by the rhythmic sound of our own breathing. That first descent marked the true beginning, a controlled fall into the blue toward the sea tiger's final resting place at 100 feet. Slowly, the vast hull emerged from the gloom, a shadow becoming shape, then structure. The bow appeared first, massive and solemn, confirming why this wreck is considered a must-see for advanced divers. It's not a dive for beginners. The depth demands solid training, proper gear management, and awareness of air and deco limits. Always check local conditions before attempting a dive like this, and trust an operator with the experience and judgment to guide safely, such as Rainbow Scuba Hawaii. Finning along the sea tiger's barnacle-covered hull, it became clear that this was no static relic, but a thriving artificial reef. Color and motion pulsed through every crevice. Then, out of the blue, a dense school of blue-line snapper materialized, moving like liquid light, parting and reforming as we passed. Their coordination felt choreographed by the current itself, a living dance of hundreds moving as one. A few minutes later, the dive shifted from wonder to reverence. From beneath the wreck's framework, a white-tip reef shark glided into view, its presence calm and commanding. It moved close enough for us to see its eyes flick toward us, utterly unbothered by our intrusion. We held our positions, steady and respectful, reminded again that the ocean belongs to them. This encounter wasn't frightening, it was grounding, a reminder of the ocean's quiet power. Continuing toward the stern, the massive propeller came into view, half buried in sand and coral growth. We peered through the wheelhouse, light filtering through broken windows, illuminating the ghostly interior. Every passage felt like a step through history, now reclaimed by nature. With our bottom time approaching the limit, we began our slow, careful ascent, completing deep stop procedures before breaking the surface. The second dive of the day, at Horseshoe Reef, brought us back to shallower water and vibrant color. Then we spotted an octopus nestled in the reef, its skin pulsing through subtle color shifts as it watched us with curious, unblinking eyes.
What'd you guys see today? Well, thanks for coming out. Yeah! High five! High five! Yeah! All right! All right! All right!
Yay!
Yes!
Amazing!
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
They said it was easy, but nothing prepares you for that first breath underwater. The hum of the boat's engine faded as we left Kewalo Basin Harbor behind, trading Waikiki's buzz for open ocean. We were a couple on vacation, searching for something deeper than beaches, and a first-time scuba dive with Rainbow Scuba Hawaii was our choice. The nerves were real, but our instructor's calm, clear briefing made all the difference. He showed us how to clear a mask, recover a regulator, and communicate underwater until everything felt second nature. Then came the water, cool against the sun, and that unforgettable first inhale through the regulator. The world went silent. Horseshoe Reef stretched below, a living mosaic of coral and light. We practiced buoyancy, finding the perfect balance between rising and sinking. When we hovered motionless for the first time, it felt like flying. Then the ocean offered its first greeting, a massive Hawaiian green sea turtle gliding past, unhurried and majestic. We could see every pattern on its shell. It moved with quiet authority, completely unfazed by us. Rainbow Scuba, Hawaii's instructors guided us gently, keeping safety first, but never rushing the experience. Their small group approach meant we always felt watched over but free to explore. Horseshoe Reef was alive with color, schools of yellow tang flashing through coral arches, parrotfish nibbling rock, eels peeking from crevices. My partner and I exchanged wide-eyed glances through our masks, amazed that we were part of it. At around 35 feet deep, the dive was comfortable yet thrilling, the light soft and blue. Our instructor's small tips, slow breathing, fewer kicks, smooth movement, made everything easier and helped us blend into the rhythm of the reef. Then came the moment we'll never forget. Following a curve in the reef, we froze as our instructor pointed ahead. A sleek white-tip reef shark glided effortlessly through the blue. My pulse raced, but our instructor's calm signal told us to stay still. The shark passed within a few yards, completely uninterested. Fear gave way to awe. It wasn't a threat, it was a reminder that we were guests in a wild, ancient world. That brief encounter changed everything. The dive was no longer about pretty fish or coral. It was about connection and respect. Back on the boat, we couldn't stop smiling. The instructor laughed knowingly. "That's the ocean," he said. "It gives you what you need to see." As we cruised back toward Honolulu, the skyline glowing in the afternoon light, we knew this experience had changed us. Diving wasn't
See, 2 turtles and 1 the octopus. Yeah, right. It's pretty good. A nice fish.
Water snake, something.
Yeah.
Hide in the hole.
Awesome. You guys have a good time?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. High five. Yeah. Yeah. All right.